How's it going, everyone? Ajax the Mister here, and today we have brought you another Persona 5 boss battle impression, that being the boss of the 6th palace, I want to say. I'm starting to lose track of all these palaces that have been coming up in this game. But, Nijima-san. That's right, Sai Nijima, Makoto Chuan's sister. Oh, man. This boss fight, I'm not gonna lie, I was impressed. I was genuinely impressed. You know, I've been on a track with, especially with the last boss fight, the Okamura Palace. I really did enjoy that boss fight. It matched the level of Kamoshida in that sense. But starting off with this boss fight, you guys know me. First up on the table is the boss's story and lore. It's really not that much, you know, too intricate, so to speak, at least on face value, because we've been seeing this story progress as we've been getting through the main story. This is not like an arc that was just introduced. But basically, in this particular sequence, your goal is to stop Makoto's sister from basically releasing info that might incriminate the Phantom Thieves on a specific date in November. And basically, Sai's cognition is really distorted because of how she sees her job and her, you know, occupation as a prosecutor, you know, in the workplace. Because so far what we've seen throughout the story is that she's being peer pressured and basically forced to incriminate evidence to basically put the Phantom Thieves behind bars. So much so that, you know, her inner, like, competitional drive is being clouded by what you see before you. She sees her own courthouse, the place where she goes to work, as a gambling arena, a place where competition is the only way to survive, is to basically get a promotion. So yeah, really effed up way to think. But again, the story has been something that's been progressing throughout the entire main arc, so it's not really something new to the table for me to explain entirely. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the story. But now what we have right here, we have the drawing board for the little gambling thing. I really liked this mechanic, even though you're about to see me I think I only take like one risky bet in this entire boss fight, because I did not want to a risky high return. You know, I feel like the game's CPU was just gonna screw me over and basically be like, nah fam, you getting that SP suckage right here, and it will sap like 100 SP or something. I don't know, but yeah, I kind of wanted to avoid the risky plays and whatnot, but just based on the way the arena is, you know, being fought in, I really enjoyed that. I don't think any of the previous boss fights really incorporated, you know, the environment as an accurate representation of how the boss's shadow is supposed to represent. For example, in Futaba's palace, yeah, we got Wakaba as a sphinx, and she's flying around, you know, around the pyramid, and then we get a harpoon to shoot her down. You know, that was okay, but this is the first time where the environment plays a massive role, and it really represents exactly what you know, Sai's cognition is and why it's so distorted. You're literally playing in the middle of a roulette table, and even though, once again, you're not going to see me making any risky plays, I do send at this point Akechi. Yeah, I send Akechi because, oh, let's not get to Akechi right now, man, because that's yeah, I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, I like this where you have to gamble. You have to basically say, do I want to bet money? Do I want to bet HP? Do I want to bet SP? You know, the first part of the battle, it really represents, you know, how much Sai is incriminating and cheating the evidence that she gets her way. Because right now, what she's doing, there's no way for you to win in the beginning until you send one of your players. Like right now, Akechi's about to, you know, do the dirty with this little toy ray gun, pew pew. But yeah, right now, until Akechi finishes the strategy, there's no way for you to win at the roulette table. So the only way to basically, you know, get a passing grade is to keep going for the low ball. Just take the L, take the, you know, HP or SP damage or the money damage, whatever. But once Akechi blasts, like right now he's gonna blast, he's gonna shoot the glass. Right, ah, there we go. Glass got broken. I kind of wished right here that I did make a high bet, because I'm wondering if that might have doubled. Like, instead of Sai throwing away 6,000 yen, maybe I would have gotten 12,000 yen. I have no idea how high the bets would have gotten after that point. But, you know, I do like Sai's shadow design. It is pretty extravagant. It makes her look a little emo or goth, so to speak. But hey, I got a soft spot for the goths and the emos. And let's move on. Let's move on. But yeah, right here, her actual, you know, boss design appears. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the first instances where like a boss straight up looks like a Final Fantasy villain. This looks like one of those secret bosses or no-name minions that you might encounter in a Final Fantasy game. That's not a bad thing. It's just something that it was really shocking to see. I was like, yo, bro, what the hell is that? It's like one hand she has like an oil drum with missiles and a Gatling gun, I think. Well, 2 Gatling guns or something. And then she has that rusty ass blade that might give you tetanus, so you gotta be careful with that. But, you know, aside from that, the design is pretty good. I did like this design. And this might seem like a nitpick, but one thing I didn't like about the boss design is that, you know, it seemed really short. Compared to the other extravagant bosses that were at least twice or triple your size, this one just seems like, oh wow, this just looks like another minion that you might fight in Mementos or whatnot. But that's just such a minor nitpick. Aside from that, the design looks really nice. You know, it really shows that Sai is being a rebel in the courtroom and what her intentions truly are in trying to prosecute the Phantom Thieves. It's not even about justice anymore with her at this point. She just wants that promotion. So yeah, the design gets a pretty good pass from me. I say it's maybe almost close to the Okamura boss design and battle as well, because I really did like the whole thing with the roulette table. I liked how it represented what the palace was. And then I also liked Sai's shadow and her, you know, true, I guess, boss shadow or whatever. It looked really nice and it looked really badass. Now, moving on to the difficulty, how I thought the boss fight was in terms of that. To be honest, even though you might see me a couple times, you know, have one of my companions go down, I never really felt threatened in this entire boss fight. You know, I had, you know, probably the best healing magic so far towards the end of the game. I had Morgana's revive ability with full HP. That ability by itself is mad OP. You know, they need to nerf that at some point. But you know what? No, don't nerf that, please. But yeah, Sai's actual shadow boss isn't really that difficult to deal with. What you do have to worry about is basically the roulette table. You better hope that you win on the next spin, or maybe Sai might get a stat buff that increases her evasiveness, which, you know, you see me miss her a couple times when I try to attack her. That was really annoying. So until that wears off, you gotta, you know, heal up, go on defense when you need to and whatnot. But yeah, it was a real shame that Sai doesn't really seem to have any unique attacks that I haven't seen before in some way from previous minions. And what I mean by that is, like, just looking back to the Okamura boss fight when you fight the chief executive and he does the Big Bang attack. That was a hilarious animation and it represented, you know, the boss and what his palace was. That being, you know, the fast food burger joint and whatnot. So that was pretty cool by itself. But aside from that, Sai herself doesn't really have any unique attacks. You're going to be seeing attacks that you've seen before, you know, like the magic wall barrier, Tempest Slash, I think she also has. You know, nothing too crazy that she throws at you. The main challenge and the main gimmick of this boss fight is, of course, the roulette table, which I really did enjoy. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of this boss fight? Does it rank up there with Kamoshida and Okamura? I mean, I don't even know why I'm asking you that specifically, because that's my personal opinion. I think Okamura and Kamoshida, in terms of design, they did really well in that department. And I want to say Sai also, you know, did well there as well. The only thing that I'm like, you know, kind of taken aback from is like her actual boss design, like when her shadow, her true shadow comes out. It just looks like another minion, either A, you fight in Mementos, or B, like a Final Fantasy secret boss. I don't know, it looks so grunge, it looks so hardcore, especially with that guts tetanus, you know, blade that she has, the size of, you know, the Dragon Slayer from Berserk. But aside from that, I really did enjoy the boss fight. It was a fun little distraction with the roulette table, but the difficulty, wasn't really feeling it. You know, again, the Wakaba boss fight, in my opinion, was still the hardest boss fight up until this point. But I feel like this boss design, coupled with the environment, can rank up there pretty high along the lines of Okamura and Kamoshida. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of this boss fight up until this point? Did you like the environment with the roulette table? Did you like Sai's shadow design? Did you have difficulties with this boss fight? Because again, I didn't really struggle that much with this boss. Even though you see one or two, you know, of my companions go down for like a turn or so, you know, I never really felt in danger, okay? Like, at one point, my main character gets to like almost, I believe, 1 HP. And I'm like, okay, just fully heal next turn, okay? I'm not worried, you know? I'm not worried at all. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Click the dumbbell to make sure you get all the updates whenever I upload a video, and make sure my videos appear in your sub box. And yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to stay beautiful. I'm Ajax the Mister, and as always, folks, thanks for watching.
Quiet. Sorry.